Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
When you're down here with me,
You flunk soul.
Like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Friday the 14th podcast. I am the bad guy, Nick H. The H silent.
Boo! Oh, hi. And I'm Mr. Fuentes.
And here, Mr.
thought it-
Fuentes.
I thought I'd try
Trying
to
to go for a
scare
jump
y'all.
scare?
Yeah, it's the Friday the 14th. You know, we gotta do the jump scare. So at least half the movies we
The
watch. try to
jump
do.
scare.
Yeah.
See any good trailers lately?
Trailers? No, just my trailer, and it's bad. I need a new trailer.
Your trailer? I didn't know you had one out.
Nah, not my house. It's a trailer. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really
it's a
bad.
trailer.
It's not a good trailer at all.
I'm referring to like movie trailer.
Oh,
I saw this
I-
weird like what do you call it? Crossover?
yeah, I
Yes.
seen it too. I'm waiting for it. You know, you just when you think, you know, Fast 9 was ridiculous. I mean, this new one that I recently saw, I think you saw it too, was Jurassically
Drastically
crazy.
fast.
Jurassically fast. The Jurassic Park or Jurassic World and Fast and Furious crossover. Man,
I don't want to say it, but I think Dom let himself go.
yeah, Dom, no, man, no, Dom got buffer. That's all that happened. He just got more. You know, when you start gaining
Steroids.
muscle, you start mistaking like the bigness for like fat, but it's really muscle. I mean, it's all muscle. I mean, he let himself go, but in a good way.
In a good way. If you haven't seen the trailer, you should go check it out. It's on this on the Yumosoa Productions channel.
Jurassically fast.
Drastically fast. Because apparently there's like a rumor going around that there was in talks of doing a crossover like that.
Dude, no lie, like no freaking lie, like no lie. If they did, they would make so much money. Like no shit. Like they'd make so much money. Because everyone that says it's stupid will still go watch it just to see how stupid it really is. And then everyone that like actually likes the franchise will go watch it because they like the franchise. Like it's gonna make even more money than people that watch the Fast and the Furious in general. Because at this point, everyone that watches the Fast and Furious and a Fast and Furious fan already knows that it's going to be over the top, dramatic. You know, it's really veered away from the beginning saga that it started, and it just gets more and more ridiculous every single movie, which is fine. You go to a movie to get entertained, and they entertain. So I have no gripes about them getting more and more dramatic every single movie. So if they ended up making a Jurassically fast movie,
Drastically fast.
then it would sell, man. It would sell out, man, for sure.
Family.
Bam. Oh, sorry.
Family.
Family. Oh wait, that's Batman.
Bad.
Sorry, Batman wasn't supposed to be here.
So today's pick is a movie that you chose, and we know that you didn't choose it live last time. This was kind of out of
Yeah, I kind of like. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been slacking pretty hard. So next week I'm gonna pre-pick mine in advance. And actually, I'm probably just gonna make a list that I have on my phone of just movies that we're just gonna start watching, like just going through and just so I don't have to go and actually search for this stuff. But yeah, this one was kind of out of a whim. I was looking through movies and I was like, The Strangers. I've never seen The Strangers. I've heard about The Strangers. And so today's pick and review by me is The Strangers.
2008's The Strangers.
2008, The Strangers. The Stranglers.
Stranger
Rated.
Things.
Rated at a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
I'm the bad guy.
I thought it was interesting because I was looking at little facts about the movie, and there's little awards for everything. The biggest awards obviously is the Golden Globe, I think, or that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure, but it's the one they do every year with all the actors and stuff. But I don't watch it because it's just so politicized at this point, and it's just other like rich people just patting other rich people on their back. Like it's really actually ridiculous to watch when you really think about it. It's just a bunch of rich people in a room who all are movie makers for the most part, and all are in movies for the most part. And they're like, yeah, patting your back. Great job for making a movie, patting your back. And no one really, no one voted or cared. It's all this committee of people who just kind of make up crap as they kind of go. There's no reason why Leonardo DiCaprio shouldn't have gotten Best Actor for Wolf of Wall Street whenever that movie came out. He did an amazing job. And I think I've talked about this. And then he got an Oscar for The Revenant, which was, a good movie in its own stance. But I don't think it was the best acting we've gotten from Leonardo DiCaprio compared to Wolf of Wall Street, which was an amazing performance. And he didn't win it on that one. So it's, honestly, the reason I think he won is because everyone complained so much that he didn't win.
All right, just give it to him.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, yeah, that's exactly what happened. They're just like, everyone's mad. The people want to see, Leonardo DiCaprio get one, and he hadn't got one yet. And they were just like, here, just have one. Here you go. Like, so all the people will like us again, and maybe start watching the Oscars, and no one does anymore. It's had the lowest ratings in the past 5 years than it's ever had in its entire existence. So people are starting to realize it's just a bunch of people patting each other's backs and giving speeches to each other for the most part because nobody's watching it. So then they're just like, Anyway, I went really off topic. They actually won an award. They got nominated for 15 different I want to say horror-based type of things, like the Scream Award. Actually, the Scream Award, Liv Tyler, the female protagonist in this movie, won Best Horror Actress in the Scream Awards. And then they got a bunch of other awards for the Teen Choice Award, the Global Trailer Awards, the Global Schmoes Awards, Fright Meter Awards, Fangora, Chainsaw Awards. These were all nominees, but they only won Best Horror Actress, which was Liv Tyler in that one. Tyler. I was right. It was Tyler. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, basically, The Strangers is about two people. They just left a party of it seemed like a wedding of a pair of friends, which I guess one of the protagonists asked the protagonist, right? Is protagonist is that the bad person?
Antagonist,
that's the antagonist. All right, the protagonist and the protagonee. I don't know, the female one and the male one. The male asked the female to marry her, and she was basically I'm not ready for that. Anyway, they go back to their cabin that they have planned and to stay at for the weekend, and all of a sudden they get a knock on the door, some random chicks out there, and then weird stuff kind of starts to happen around the house with some extra characters trying to get in and toy with them. And that's pretty much The Strangers. Inspired by true stories. True events. And the cast we're looking at, so we got the two main people. We got Kristen McRae, played by Liv Tyler, and we got James Hoyt, played by Scott Speedman. We actually don't see the faces of the killers in this movie. You can see side faces and stuff like that, but you never get direct screen time of who's underneath the masks in these movies. I guess that's a spoiler. Anyway,
Spoilers.
but I mean, they're mentioned in the credits as actors.
Just
the
look them up
actors
on Google.
that played them. So I'm not sure if I should. I mean, they are actors in the movie, so I don't
Mm.
know if I should exclude them because you don't really see them. But you mean, but the three killers, you got the Dollface Girl mask, Gemma Ward, you got the man in mask, Kip Weeks, and we got the pinup girl mask, Laura Margolis, and then you got Mike, who's played by Gann Howardson. That's pretty much the only people that's pretty much everyone you see, besides the little crowd of people you see in the beginning of the wedding stuff. There's no other actors or actresses in this movie, besides those main, I think, 6 people that I just mentioned. 7 people, and the 7th one you only see for like 10 minutes. Damn, that was another spoiler. Dude, I suck. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, pretty much it's based off true events, basically breaking and entering situation, and how they try to survive it. That's the synopsis.
The spoiler free spoiler.
The
Somewhat
spoiler-free,
spoiler.
somewhat spoiler synopsis.
Synopsis.
Directed by Brian Bertino. It looks like he directed this movie and the sequel 10 years later, The Strangers Pray at Night, in 2018, which I didn't even know this had a sequel, to be honest. I mean, I haven't even watched the first one, so I guess I really wouldn't know. But yeah, that's pretty much that. What's next, Nick?
Spoiler free.
Spoiler-free rating. I'll give this one a 3. I mean, I enjoyed it, but like, I don't think it's one I would rant and rave about personally.
Rant and rave about.
I mean, there's something really creepy, about the idea of this movie, because it could happen to any of us. That's the real horror to me, aspect of it. But besides that, I mean, it was a good movie to watch, if you're, looking for something to watch. So a solid 3.
So with this, I'm not. I might have to go with the higher rating.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not agreeing with you this time around. So I'm gonna go and go with a 4.
A 4. Oh,
A 4. Is there any specific reason? Going playing off it could happen in real life, whatever. But I do think there's like a simple aspect to these. It reminded me of kind of like a Halloween, even though you saw more of the strangers though, but how they appeared in the background, it was just cool little things like that.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of cool little things like that.
And there are some points that it kind of takes away from being a higher rating, but yeah.
No, I mean, you enjoy it, man. Don't hold back your ratings ever.
Yeah.
You do you, man. You do you. You
It's
rate
like-
you.
It's simple but effective. That's
Oh yeah, for sure. Awesome. So yeah, spoiler warnings. If you want to check it out, it's on Netflix right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're looking to watch something and you've never seen it before, it's a good watch all the way through, I believe. I mean, I gave it a 3, Nick gave it a 4, so I mean, it's not going to be a bad movie, I don't think, for most people. But yeah, check it out. And on to our favorite scenes.
favorite scenes.
Yeah. So one of my favorite scenes that, you can kind of tell throughout the movie, like a lot of everything was planned for the most part. You know, they planned everything pretty well about how they were going to toy with these occupants of that house. But one thing I didn't think they planned for was the best man, or not the best man, but the guy's best friend coming to pick him up later on. But they even kind of like, even then, like they changed their plan so fast to like match, like adding him to the equation of everything. And then the scene where he's creeping up, like the whole time I was just like, say something, just say, hey, are you out here? Are you here, guys? Like something, because you knew that guy was waiting with the shotgun, and if he passed by the door, he was gonna get shot, and that's exactly what happened. But what was funny about it was like there was no way out of that situation. That guy was gonna die. It didn't matter if his friend shot him or he saw the guy behind him at the time. And it was cool because it was like he saw the opportunity. He was like, look, I know this guy's hiding in a corner because he's proven to me he has a shotgun. He's somewhere in this house. I'm assuming he's in a room waiting by a doorway for someone to walk by it to shoot. If I let this guy walk down this hallway, he's probably going to get shot. But just in case he smarts up and turns around, decides not to walk away, I'll be ready with my axe to hit him. And to make it even worse, there was actually 3 scenarios that could have happened. One, which is the one that happened in the movie. He shoots his friend in the face and he dies. 2, he sees that the guy was sneaking up behind him, and then the guy hits him with the axe and he dies. Or 3, he could have got to the door, his friend could have realized it was him, not shot him, but then the guy still would have killed him right in front of his friends and he would have died.
No matter what, he dies.
Yeah, no matter what. There was no way for him to live. And I thought it was a unique situation where you knew this guy was about to die and there was no way out of it. You know, you just had to wait. You know, you had to wait for him to die. And it was a weird, interesting experience. You know, in some movies you kind of like, you sometimes sense that someone's about to save somebody, you know, like when you see the killer, you know, in your point of view, sneaking behind somebody, and then like somebody kind of comes in and, you know, either stops the killer or like surprises the killer and the killer walks away and doesn't end up like killing the person. Like you knew at that moment there was no way that guy was going to survive that situation, and you were just wondering how he was going to die. Was he going to get hit by the guy with the axe behind him, or was he going to get shot by his friend? And so you were just waiting to see which one happened. So I thought that was a pretty cool scene and setup.
Was that the only scene you had, or favorite?
I don't know about favorite. It wouldn't really be a favorite scene, just a favorite aspect of the movie is that like the killers never really talked. I think only one girl said one line the entire movie, and I'm pretty sure she just said, "You're gonna die."
Well,
and that's all she
said. Maybe a couple, but nothing too drastic.
I mean, okay, yeah. So whenever they answer the door, they're asking you
but
if Lucy or Wendy. But whenever they're all masked up and everything, you know, they
and a lot of it is like written out in like blood or paint.
Yeah, like right after he killed that guy, you know, he wrote on the window "killer," you know, or she or he or whoever, you know.
It's like damn, it's a killer.
Yeah, I thought one of the coolest aspects, and maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention to the masks. Maybe I was just assuming that there was a female, only one female and one male. But you know, at some point you realize there's 3 killers and not just 2. For the longest time, I thought it was only 2, and then I realized whenever that scene happened where she's crawling and she sees the man in the mask, the girl by the shed, and then the other girl by the swing, I was like, oh shit, there is 3. Wow, that's kind of cool. Like, you know, I thought there was only 2 the whole time. So like I guess I wasn't paying. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention to their mask or if the third girl got revealed any other time in the movie. But that was the first time I noticed she was there. So that was actually kind of a cool aspect because it kind of made a sense on how they could disappear so fast because one would be in front, but the other would be making noise, over here and kind of disorienting the occupants and stuff like that. I kind of like, in real life, if I were to do something similar to that, that's exactly what I would do. I would have two people that would make themselves visible, but one that would always try to hide from everyone. So you could kind of have that aspect that I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere at the same time.
Well, for me, I'm going like two, not necessarily categories, but for the visual, the first time you see the killer, the main guy, how he's like he's got into the house. It's that famous picture. I think if anyone posts about this movie, you're gonna get that still frame of the guy just standing there in the back while the girls in the kitchen just have their face turned, and he's just like, oh, they're standing. It's just creepy. It's like in a way, it's like Michael Myers, like how he was in the creepy up in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
As far as visual, that was a cool thing. And pretty much the scene that you had mentioned, the whole about the best friend coming in, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I like the whole thing about it. Let's see. That's one of the parts I do like, but kind of the dislike. It's like it wouldn't make any sense. Like, cause that guy, he gets called out and it's like, oh, I thought you know how to put together a gun or use a gun. He's like, no, I don't know how to use a gun. And then somehow he magically happens to know exactly what to do, how to assemble it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I'm like,
I
okay.
mean, he could have seen his dad, I guess, do it while he was hunting and just figured that was the way.
So he wasn't sure to do it. It's like, oh, I'm just work my way.
It was kind of, I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird, to be honest. Like, I guess maybe as a kid he knew, where his dad kept his gun and where he put the bullets to. Like, it was just weird. Yeah, in a shoebox.
And he was looking through, he was looking for the gun. I don't know if he was trying to look for like a smaller gun, but I mean, he knew he had the bigger gun top of the top shelf, but he was going like through the books and the. It was like, what are you hiding there? I watched this like midnight after that. So whenever that scene, with the girl she knocks on there is I was like, is this person here? And they're like, no. And then she does it again. It's kind of hilarious. I mean, but that first attempt, because the guy's about to get it on with his girlfriend, whatever. But then he get cock blocked by that knock. It's like it's 4 in the morning. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
and
totally got cock blocked.
You see the girl's face, kind of. It's like all shadowy and dark.
Yeah.
But just creepy. It's kind of like in that in VHS, similar. Like it's early in the morning, you get knocked on the door.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, yeah, it was my one of my biggest things too is like I've always talked about this a lot. I don't know if I've talked about it recently, but I've talked about it to people in my personal life that I always hate how drugs and alcohol are misrepresented in movies all the time. Like, these people were like hammered drunk and they kept drinking. Like they never stopped drinking. So like they were pretty intoxicated this entire time throughout the movie. And then only a couple of hours that really went by. I mean, it was 4 a.m. when everything started. So I assume it was about to be 6, 7 in 2 hours. So by the time everything went down, it was like the sun was all the way up. But, their whole fighting for their lives happened that last couple of, like, you don't sober up that fast. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, even if you're scared for your life, you don't just sober up all of a sudden and, do shit, I always just find that weird in movies that, drugs and alcohol get misrepresented all the time in movies like that. Mostly in horror movies, but pretty much any movie, to be honest.
I found the scene kind of hilarious. It's supposed to be like a sad moment. He like he's just coming back all after getting the rejection. He sits down. He has the friggin' was it Bluebell ice cream? You see it. Say okay, eat the ice cream, man. You deserve it.
I kind of feel like that was a weird scene too, to be honest. Like I get the idea of it because when you're sad and depressed, you go eat ice cream.
You go eat the ice cream.
But like, it just seemed really weird that was his choice, was to go eat ice cream. And I don't know if it's just like a male.
More, but then he got the ice cream.
I don't know if it's like a male thing too, because you always usually associate the eating ice cream with females. They're the ones eating the ice cream when they're depressed on the couch watching Netflix or a movie or something. Instead, this time it was a guy, so I don't know. Just the whole scene felt weird to me. I don't know.
The ice cream. I seen about.
I was also waiting for them to hit the ice cream and it just be completely liquid and just fall over, and that never happened.
There's a movie the Awkward Moment, that has Zac Efron, Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller in it, and Michael B. Jordan's character, he's eating a Ben & Jerry's ice cream. It's also like another comparison of a guy eating ice cream being sad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I don't really have too many gripes about this movie. Like, it was weird because as I was watching it, I felt like it was a slow movie. But, like, at the same time, I kept wanting to watch it. Like, I didn't feel like I wanted to stare at anything else or watch anything else at the time. Like, it kept me engaged even though I felt like it was slow. That makes sense? I don't know if you felt that way.
I guess the beginning a little bit. Felt like that
Yeah.
for a little bit. But then it just kind of went on. Kind of felt like I was speeding up a bit. Once shit started hitting the fan. Trying to think of like other things that I didn't really like about it.
I mean, besides them being just super organized and
Super organized.
there's 3 killers and none of them got injured or killed, at all. Like, they were super organized. Like, I don't know if that annoys me or if I'm just impressed, because like none of them, they were just so good at what they did. They didn't get shot. They didn't get stabbed. They didn't get hurt. Nothing happened to them.
The professionals.
They were like a step ahead of everyone the entire time, and nothing happened to them.
That scene where they're trying to break into the door, and they shoot at them, and I guess they just miss. I'm like, well, you just made a bigger hole for the them to enter through, because they're already cutting it open with the axe.
I thought about it too. That one scene where the truck is about to ram the car from behind, and then you got the girl in the truck, and then you got the guy standing in front of the car, and it's just like, dude, like, if you know this truck is about to ram you, like and you can't back up, then my guess, I'm going forward. I'm fucking up the guy in front of me because I have no other choice, basically, But they didn't do that. And then the guy in front of him, really had some balls, because that car could have just rolled forward and hit him after he got rammed from behind, but he stood his
He's
ground.
invincible.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they were just well organized. Like, it's like they knew everything that was going to happen. And like I said, I don't know if I like it or dislike it, because it kind of makes it feel like they're almost like omnipotent in a sense. Like they knew all the moves that were going to be made the entire time, even to the point that that guy in front of the car knew that that guy wasn't going to speed up and hit him, or that after the truck ran him, was going to run into him. And I don't know if that's a movie flaw or if he just really knew that. He knew that it wasn't going to go forward. So, he just stood there. Why not? Why not stand there?
They knew that they were gonna go anywhere because they slashed tires and then they broke the windows in the cars, whatever.
Oh, they slashed the tires. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty dark, but I mean, the guy gets in the car. I think he's looking for his phone. That's the main reason why he went out there, is to find his phone. And they zoom in like on the tires, and it's all flattened.
I mean, you can still drive on flat tires. You're just gonna mess up your rims.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have too many gripes. I didn't have too many favorites, but I didn't have too many gripes either. What's the next one, Nick?
Next one.
Yeah, I need to keep a list with me.
Slogans.
Slogans. All right. So the slogan for this movie is "The Strangers, inspired by true events." No, I'm just kidding. The Strangers. We tell ourselves there's nothing to fear, but sometimes we're wrong. That's a weak slogan. The strangers don't answer the door at night.
Strangers don't be home.
The strangers just sit on your hand until it goes numb and then start. Oh, wait, no. That's the stranger. The strangers. My best friend wouldn't have died if you just would have said yes at the wedding.
The strangers. Eating ice cream. Eat ice cream alone. After rejection.
The strangers. First there's rejection, then there's death.
Just got rejected and death. Get cock blocked.
The strangers. This is why you're supposed to carry a gun.
The strangers, anyone can do this. Literally.
Strangers, it could happen to anyone.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I was sleeping and I watched mine at nighttime as well. Like, started at like 10 p.m. Got done around 11:30ish, and I was just like, dude, I got my gun near me.
Just hear a knock at your door.
Here, and I'm gonna hear. No, I think that's it for me. The strangers. Who are you?
Strange. Who are you?
All right. So I was saving this because I think this would have made. This was kind of a negative, but it more rolls into how I would have ended it. So how I would have ended it is two ways. One, after everything that's happened throughout the night, and they got him tied up in the chair, the strangers just leave. And leave him there with all those haunted memories for the rest of their life. Or two, one of the two partners gets killed, but the other one lives, which will leave torment for the one that lives and guilt for the rest of their lives. Which, if that's your main goal, which, that's what it seemed like to me. That's why I thought in the end they were just going to walk out, because they seemed to find more pleasure in toying with them than they did actually like hurting or doing anything else to them. Like, they didn't really honestly do anything to them, like hurt them for the most part. You know, the only time the guy got hurt or stopped and kidnapped technically was when he was about to shoot, or when they thought that he was one of them thought that he was endangering one of the other people. You know, the other guy ran out really fast and basically knocked him out and took away his gun. And then as far as the girl, I mean, she hurt herself. She tripped over like a thing and hurt her ankle and was crawling all over the ground. And she hurt her own hand. You know, nobody ever did anything to her, to be honest. You know, none of them did anything. So the whole time I was like, they're just the type of people that like to toy with people, like cause pain mentally in a sense. So I was like, dude, the most messed up mental thing you can do right now for somebody is just to make them survive. The dude killed his best friend. He's going to feel horrible about that for the rest of his life. He's never going to forgive himself for what happened. That's torture. That's real torture. If you want to torture someone. But that's not what happened. He just, stabs them. And then similar, if you let them both live, they still get tormented. If you let just one live, it's even worse, but just for one person. Which, like I said, if you're a person that toyed people and enjoyed, knowing that someone was going to have that pain basically their whole life, then that would bring me joy. I mean, if I was that type of person.
Well, technically, the girl does live.
That was just a jump scare scene.
Was it? If you look, apparently, if you look it up, it's confirmed that she was gonna appear in the part 2, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, because she died. I'm just kidding. She died to me.
She died to you, but apparently she left after her being stabbed, which is pretty weird. We're gonna go over this how it would end it, because I guess how the actual ending happened. Of course, the two main protagonists, like you would say, they are at the end. They're just kind of lined up like in that episode with Negan. Negan does the anime. No, that's not how it goes down, but it's like similar situation where the strangers that are standing there, and they're like, why are you doing this? And then the girl says, I think it's the girl, right? She's like, because you were home or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. There's no big speech at all whatsoever. It's like, yeah. It's like how it just shows how fucked up these people. People can be. They don't really need a motive. They're that sick in the head that they would they would want to like screw around with you and just kill you straight up. And then they think that they're just looking at each other like whatever before just freaking getting stabbed. I think the guy gets stabbed first. I guess I think they're all like each one by one they're doing it. They go like the lower bottom of like the stomach area, and then they go upwards. And then seeing that scene, you think like, oh, they're just gonna attack that one guy, but then it just switches to the girl. She's getting stabbed also.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. Because normally in these type of movies, you'd think for sure there would be a final person, like a final girl, whatever. Which technically it happens, but the person still got stabbed. After that, they take off, they leave. Their bodies are just laying there. They're riding off in the truck. Well, before you see them right off in the truck, I think it's the two little boys. They're like, what are they? Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons?
Yeah, because it says Mormon 1 and Mormon 2 for the boys.
Mormon 1, thing 1, thing 2.
Basically.
Like they're driving off in the truck, and then they stop by, and then one of the girls like, "Oh, can I get one of those?" The boys are just like, all like,
"Are you a sinner?
Are you a sinner?" I forgot what she says. Sometimes or something.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. Sometimes.
Just grabs it and just takes off, and then of course the boys are going in that direction. They see a busted ass car open, and then they walk inside. Like they invite them themselves. Like, okay, I didn't know these. they have that authority to walk inside your house. But I guess everything looks sus. So they walked in. They see the bodies laying, and of course that's when you get like the jump scare with the girl.
Yeah. It was kind of cool too, because like that first initial, like the very beginning of the movie, you hear a recording, which is the boys, we assume at this point. But it kind of sounded like a live recording, so that might have been like an actual like live recording from two boys, and they used it for the movie. It was very similar, like so it kind of gave you a more creepy feeling. It was very similar to the Conjuring movies. At the very end, they kept doing the recordings of the real life exorcisms, and it's really creepy to hear that shit and like know that even if it was fake somehow, somebody somewhere recorded that, and it could be real. That's crazy. But yeah, that's how I would end it.
So I'm gonna go more of the cheesier ending then. I'm gonna at least have one of them do a tiger uppercut to one of the strangers.
Mhm.
That's a reference to Street Fighter. A tiger uppercut. But anyways, it's like at least one move and then you just kill the guy straight up and then just take off.
All right.
It's like damn. At least like switch it up. Like you gotta get at least one move on him. And then like when he does the uppercut to that guy, his mask comes off instead of them showing off their mask. I think that was a part I missed, would say in the ending, but yeah, they reveal their faces.
So they reveal their face.
They reveal
their
side
faces.
face, their side.
Yeah, they reveal their faces to the occupants, but they don't reveal their faces to the audience.
They're like it's like they're like Wilson, wasn't it? Wilson, right? No, Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, the guy from the fence, the guy over the fence. I forgot his name.
I think it maybe I don't know. Thought it was Wilson. I could be wrong.
And when I hear Wilson, I just think of Wilson.
Castaway Wilson.
Yeah. But yeah. What's the next one?
What's the next one? That is the end of segments. There used to be a horror babe of the week, but
yeah, I thought we should take that out.
That being said, it was
it was the girl in the mask, right?
It was the girl in the mask.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I want to give it a 3.5 now, but like, really, it's
3.5.
Yeah, but really, I still think it's like an average movie. Like, I don't know. It's still not one I would be like raving or ranting. But like you said, there were some really cool elements of this movie, like the whole like them kind of hanging back and being behind them. One part that I thought was really neat was whenever the guy was looking for the cell phone in his truck, and one of the girl, I mean, it looked like a girl hand, touched him in the back of the neck, and then she like ran really freaking fast or something. But like by the time he got out of the car to look around, like nobody was there, and like you can hear them rustling like through the forest, like running away. Or I think he looks up and he sees one of them running away. But I was just like, dude, that is just like so freaking perfect. Like, how do you like to creep someone out? Like, I don't know. It was really cool. It was a really cool scene too. Actually.
That was one of the based on the like true events or whatever. People coming up, creepy up and give you the hand behind your back. That was inspired by true events.
Was it really?
No, man, just fucking around.
Oh.
People always try to creep up on you like that. That was inspired by true events. Whenever the running in the background, I was watching with my older brother. I was saying like, they're just doing Naruto running, where they have their arms in the back. They're doing that super fast running.
Mm-hmm.
Just stupid.
But yeah, I mean, no, it was a good movie. It's still a good movie. I mean, 3 is not a bad rating. I mean, it's a good rating. It was a good movie. But yeah. So, what's your pick for next week?
I picked for next week.
I know you're not like me, and you actually picked one.
You're so sure of yourself. Nah, this one was kind of a This was kind of like already I don't know what that confirmed. Because I initially wanted to get Manny back on the pod, so I told him like, oh, well, if we do this movie, then you can jump in. So that being said, the next movie review is gonna be a part 2 of a movie.
Ooh, is it not that one? That one sounds stupid. Is it The Conjuring 2?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, we're not going backwards. We're going forward.
Oh, so it's one we've already.
Recently,
It's one we did recently. Oh, we're not going backward. We're going forward.
and as far as movies, yeah.
I don't know. Which one is it?
So it's VHS 2.
Oh, VHS 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, try to get that trend going that we actually go into sequels. I was thinking we could maybe do you know, I know I still what you did last summer, Urban Legend, the second one
Urban
over.
Legend 2. Yeah.
I was like, we should do those, but I mean, it's like a VHS 2, I guess. So you bring Manny in.
I really don't want to do Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. It was just such a horrible movie. Just so bad. Have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2?
I've seen all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I just don't have like
so then you remember
big
how
memory.
bad Part 2 was.
There's reasons why at the time it was not liked, but I mean,
Well, you know what's funny? You know, I read somewhere that, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, the whole, like, idea of the movie was supposed to be, like, a guy who was gay who was confronting, like, his gay emotions, basically, and he was trying to hold them in. So, like, the bad was Freddy, you know, trying to make him gay. And so he was, like, trying to fight it because, you know, he wasn't supposed to show that side of him in society or whatever. And it like blew my mind when I read this article because I was like, dude, I watched that movie and I didn't think anything about anyone being gay and that it was someone trying to fight off their
Being gay.
gayety. I just didn't like the movie. I just thought it was really bad.
well, the main character, or the guy, he's being gay, and Freddy's gay apparently.
Yeah, something. I don't know, man. I have to now I have to rewatch the movie to see if it's gay.
I had the documentary, Never Sleep Again documentary.
Uh-huh.
It's like probably like the definitive documentary of Nightmare on Elm Street. It goes through all the movies. But yeah, they go over the whole of it being gay, whatever.
Really, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then I'm not tripping. I did read it somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, whenever I watched it, I didn't think about it. I don't think that's the reason I didn't like it because I never associated that movie with gayness.
It's just weird,
But
overall.
yeah, but I mean, apparently that was the theme or something that they were trying to go with, and it's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's good. I liked VHS 1.
VH2 is gonna make you trip. No, man.
Is it?
Nah.
You think it's better than Part 1? I guess it's. We'll wait to the ratings.
The ratings, it's more of a.
We'll wait to the ratings. All right, man. Well, I guess I'll sign out first this time. I'm Mr. Fuentes. I do music. I do rap music. You can check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen or stream music. Just search Mr. Fuentes, like it says on the screen, right there. And you know, it's Mr. Fuentes Fuentes. You could also follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, although I'm not on Twitter very much, but I should be, and eventually I will be. Also TikTok, which I'm not on as much, but I will be, at Mr. Fuentes 361 on all of those. So Mr. Fuentes 361, and then yeah, check me out. Let me know what you think. And off to this guy. Oh, there we go.
And this guy.
This guy.
Yes. You can follow me at NickH2313 on Insta and Twitter. along with my alternate account, the bad guy 2313. Um, as far as new stuff, I mean, I've already mentioned it early on in the stream about the Jurassic Fast. I was not physically in person on the trailer, but I was a voiceover. I'll just leave you off that. I was a voiceover. Yeah. Hopefully Manny jumps on next time. He said he would be down to do it.
I like that guy. He's fresh.
He's fresh. The freshest. Just,
With a PhD in freshness.
Of course, our usual shout out to the Cinnamon Podcast, Cinnamon Movie Podcast. The boys over there, or men, whatever you want to be referred to as. The men.
Well, cinnamon.
Cinnamon. They are. They're not Cinnaboys, but the Cinnamon. Yeah.
Cinnamon movie podcast.
Yeah, I saw that their post that they were gonna dive into the Friday 13th franchise.
Oh yeah. Noise.
Yeah, they're going that direction. Just like I usually say, keep with the grind. Thanks for sharing our stuff. As me and we do the same.
Hell yeah. Those are good people.
Good people.
Good people. Yeah, for sure.
And I think that about does it for my part.
Yeah, I think we're good. All right, guys. Thank you again. I mean, we didn't really say it too much on our shout outs, but I mean, we definitely appreciate y'all jumping on, staying with us all the way to the end, and, you know, continuing to be fans of the Friday the 14th podcast. You know, I've said this multiple times over and over again. I truly love doing this with my friends, especially, you know, right now it's just Nick, but I mean, I love Nick too. I love doing it with Nick. That sounded weird.
You love doing it with me.
I love doing
yes.
it.
I love doing with you too. Like, we can come on a part 2 movie.
Yeah.
And
but I also love doing it with Manny, and I love doing it with Franco. Just my boys. I love doing it with them. I mean, they're my boys, so I do it with them.
A Nightmare
on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, man.
Part 2.
But no, man. I mean, I really enjoy this, and I really appreciate y'all for you know, lending us the ear and letting us kind of give our interpretations of what we like and dislike about these movies that we review. No, thank y'all again, and you know, if y'all would like any movies for us to review, you know, we could take a People's Choice. You know, go on our Facebook, write on our page, message us on the Friday the 14th page. Let us know what movie that y'all are interested in, because
they want to see Thanksgivings.
Yeah, they want Thanksgiving Part 3.
You gotta wait till November.
you gotta wait till Thanksgiving for Thanksgivings. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all, and hope you have a good rest of y'all's night, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks for BHS Dose.
Remember, folks, always bet. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Remember, folks, always been the bad guy.
Peace, Mr.